This is G.I. Joe Retaliation Red Ninja. The figure is part of the first wave of the 3 3/4 action figures from the G.I. Joe Retaliation movie toy line. He's also packed in wave 2 as well. Before we begin, here's a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, and here's the rest of the assortment for wave 1. And if you notice, the figure comes with this really unique accessory. It's not unique. I mean, it seems to be the theme for the Retaliation movie toy line, to have everybody having this rappelling accessory. It has a claw. You can clip it on to a certain point, and then the backpack or the rappelling accessory will allow you to move the figure up and down or left and right. I don't want to show it because it's really a cumbersome accessory. Suffice to say that it will allow you to imitate or mimic the Himalayan battle scene of the ninja battle scene between Snake Eyes and Jinx and all the red ninjas. And here is how it works. There's a launcher which you can attach the string to. There's a clip on the other end of the line, on each end of the line, the zip line, which goes through the rappelling or the zip line accessory, as well as the hook or the claw, which you can claw it onto a peg or chair or banister or whatever. There are 3 options. Option 1 allows you to anchor point 1 here, point 1 here, and then point 2 you just move it up and down, and will move the rappelling accessory up and down. This is option 2. This is, I think, the coolest option 3, when you have both strings going through the rappelling line, and as you move the 2 points apart, the rappelling accessory goes forward and backward or up and down. So interesting, but not interesting enough for me, because I'm just really after the figure. Now, the figure is short packed in wave 1 as well as in wave 2. There's one in a case, and that's probably the reason that this figure is very difficult to find on retail. And hobby shops and scalpers are selling him at ridiculous prices. The other reason being is that a lot of the G.I. Joe collectors are army building this particular figure, so consider yourself lucky if you find one on the pegs. If you find more than one, you are very lucky. And if you're a big fan of the movie and you love ninjas, this figure is an absolute must-have. The sculpt is great. It takes all the best of the past, what G.I. Joe figures have been in the last couple of years. I mean, the detail on him is just amazing. The sash, this additional detail of the sash, not just being molded. I mean, it's soft rubbery plastic, but it's not a separate piece from the actual upper torso, so you can move him around without actually having to remove the sash. Down to everything, all the details on this guy is just phenomenal. Look at that, the sculpting on the guards, the arm guards, the armor, knee pads. Well, not the knee pads, I think are recycled, but very nice. Paint apps, hardly any issues. I mean, G.I. Joe paint apps have always been great. Even the face, if at all, just choose one which has the best painted eyes. But other than that, most of these guys on the pegs I've seen are just plain great. Paint apps are just amazing. Now, the accessories with this guy is, apart from the rappelling or zipline accessory, he comes with 2 katana swords, and they fit on either hand. Unfortunately, there is no backpack holster or scabbard that you can put both swords in, but that's fine. You know, this guy is a figure you'd always want to have in a battle pose with the swords, and even the katana has been sculpted very well. They've added this one. The detail to it is very, very close to the G.I. Joe movie. Looks like an authentic Japanese katana. Let's see if we can focus on that. Yep, nice. He doesn't hold it super well. I mean, it's okay, it'll stay there, but if you flick it a bit, it tends to pop off, but that's fine. And it's part of the reason is because the handle's very big, very thick. Articulation on this figure, again, it's just amazing. Nothing like that first Roadblock figure. It's got a ball jointed neck, He's got a ball jointed upper torso, ball hinge shoulders and elbows, and wrists. So lots of the Star Wars or old Star Wars articulation and G.I. Joe articulation here. He's got a ball jointed hip, which has the traditional G.I. Joe ball joint hip with that metal piece in the middle and the crotch as a crotch piece. He's got a screw right there, so it's definitely a G.I. Joe mold. Nothing recycled there. He's got double hinge knees. He's got ball hinge ankles that are on rocker joints. I mean, this figure is just great. I cannot find too many flaws in this figure, apart from the fact that I wish he had had a scabbard to put the swords in, a backpack. But other than that, it is a great figure. And if you haven't picked one up, I certainly would recommend this one. I would not pay more than retail price. I mean, here in Manila, these guys are retailing for $15 each. I mean, that's just ridiculous. But that's what we have here in Manila. And in your part of the world, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper. And if you can find one on retail, then I think you gotta pick it up, especially if you're a big fan of ninjas, big fan of the G.I. Joe Retaliation toy line. So there you go, folks. I hope you've enjoyed this video review. If you did, please click the thumbs up icon at the bottom. Follow me on Twitter, Keek, Instagram. Check out my videos on YouTube at Chefatron and FX France, as well as the videos I post on Tech Sushi. There you go. This has been the G.I. Joe Retaliation Red Ninja. Thanks for watching.